As hard as it was, and I would, in a heartbeat, take her place if I could. I also quite often will thank God for all of the parts of my life, even the difficult parts, because it has made me who I am today, and it's changed so many other lives. So in that all, I just trust that God's plan is bigger. On August 21st, I gave birth prematurely to Brianna. So I was 24 weeks, and she weighed 1.5 pounds when she was born. My husband's wedding ring could actually slide up her arm, and that's how tiny she was. Kind of towards the end of her 4-month stay, we found out that she was going to be totally blind. She came home after that, was completely fine, was very healthy, and was a very bright, smart little girl. Everybody absolutely loved her. Brianna just had this amazing, amazing faith. She just loved the Lord with all of her heart. She would tell friends, she would invite friends to church with her. The summer she was about 7, she started attending a lot of camps, and she loved to go to camp. She was attending in a camp. It was one for blind children, and it was really, really cool. Great counselors, everybody was wonderful there. She had been there, I think it was 4 days, maybe 4 or 5 days, and I was talking to her on the phone. And that was one of the last phone conversations that I had with her. And on Friday, July 18th of 2003, I was over at my parents' house and was gonna call down to the camp to see how she was doing. And the secretary answered, and she was really, really frazzled. And she said that there's been a problem, and Brianna's at the hospital. So I called the hospital, and then that was when the doctor told me that she had died. They were out on a swimming at a very small lake, and she had just been missing for a little bit, and they realized that, and they did a search, and they had found her. I can remember very clearly being at my parents', and I remember kind of like just falling to the floor. I can remember going out into their kitchen, and they have all the kids' pictures on the wall, and I can remember seeing her picture and thinking, I'm never gonna see her. One of the things that we had found after Brianna passed away was her journal from school, and they would have to write different things on occasion at school, just a random journal, and of course it was in Braille. So as I was translating through some of it, one of her journal pages said, I have a best friend. Actually, it said I have probably 20 times. I have a very best friend, and his name is Jesus, and he died on the cross to save us from our sins. And then she also put in there some songs that she had been working on the piano, because she played the piano. And then at the end, she said, when I get to heaven, I won't have this body anymore, and I'm going to have a new body when I get to heaven. And so that was one of the things that brought us a ton of peace, and knowing that she would have her sight in heaven. Here on earth she was blind, but in heaven her first sight would be of Jesus, and that was just this amazing thing to think about, of that being your first sight. In all of that, I just learned how good that God is. It brought so much comfort, so much peace throughout all of it. It was just unbelievable sometimes of how at peace you can really feel, even when something is so awful.